Thank you guys for clicking on AI DECA's Dress for Success seminar for the 2021-2022 school year. I'm Nishta Reddy. I'm the AI DECA president, and I have been since sophomore year. Here, AI DECA wants to emphasize spreading the knowledge of dressing for success, why that's important, different things you could wear, and more information like that. We're hoping this is mainly for freshmen who don't really understand AI's Dress for Success culture yet, and we're hoping that this presentation could guide you through with that. So let's get started. First of all, what exactly is dressing for success? If you're new to Alliance, you've probably heard that term thrown around. And while it seems pretty self-explanatory, we want to dive deeper into that. And AI DECA states its definition as being the belief that what you wear every day matters. It is integral in today's climate to understand the implications of dressing professionally. And we will get into that throughout this seminar. So, first of all, why is dressing for success important? We're going to say the number one reason is first impressions, because you never have a second chance at making that first impression. Your image has the power to attract or repel others, and you want to take advantage of that and make it your personal investment. Studies can show that it could take up to 21 repeated good experiences with a person to make up for a bad first impression. And appearance plays a huge part in that. We say the statistic as being appearance and body language making up to 55% versus how you talk or what you say. Dressing for success is a huge part of that 55%. Our second reason why dressing for success is important is the professional workplace as a whole. Companies will typically encourage and or require a more defined and professional dress code because they want to maintain that professional image of themselves where employers routinely interact on a daily basis with clients, business partners, etc. So when you're graduating from high school and you go into the professional workplace, whether that be after college or grad school or straight out of high school, you never know when you'll be required to meet with someone from outside your company. And your image to this outsider will be the image that your company is remembered on. Therefore, in various business dealings, this image and message has to be professional. The consequences of this image being bad or good is the difference between securing a new deal, contract, or sale and losing the opportunity to make that deal. Continuing on that note, according to a 2010 national poll conducted by the Center of Professional Excellence at York College of Pennsylvania, appearance ranked only second to communication skills when respondents named qualities most associated with professionalism. So how an individual dresses for work can be a professional extension of his or her brand. So clothes, accessories, and even the footwear can help reinforce or diminish his or her skills and qualities in the eyes of employer, coworkers, and clients. Therefore, we want to prepare y'all for success. We want to make sure that you can do everything to the best of your ability, and that includes dressing professionally. Our third reason is perceived confidence. Studies have shown that people who dress better have more confidence, feel more powerful, and are more focused on details. More importantly, people perceive well-dressed individuals as leaders and support them faster rate as those who are not as well dressed. So dressing well allows you to gain self-confidence, which is, as we referenced before, a good aspect of communication. And good communication skills can be obtained easily if they choose what to wear wisely. So not only do people perceive you as important, you also perceive yourself as important, and thus will be able to achieve more with this perceived confidence. What AI DECA likes to say is that DECA as an organization as a whole really encourages dressing for success. According to national DECA guidelines, in various instances, you will not be able to present in front of a judge or accept an award on stage if you're not dressed to DECA's standards. DECA has the ability to remove you from competitions and conferences if you do not follow these guidelines. We have some on the slides right here, but most members, before they attend conferences like state or ICDC, you will have to sign a sheet making sure that you maintain DECA's professional dress standards, which is a huge reason why I'm hosting this seminar in the first place. Moving on, we've discussed the importance of dressing for success. So now comes the integral questions of what exactly do you wear? For simplicity, we will be showing examples of dress for success attire on men and women. Even diving into that deeper, we like to say that there's 4 different types of dressing for business attire. We're going to highlight on these main 2, but still give you the other 2 so you're in constant knowledge of the different types of dressing for success. The main 2 is business professional, and business casual. Business professional, this is generally conservative clothing to portray yourself in a professional manner. It's similar to business formal, but doesn't mean that you have to break out your best shoes and suit. Business casual, you definitely do not need to wear a shoe, but it's also not like jeans and t-shirts. So women typically wear a collared shirt or sweater with dress pants, dress shoes, or boots. And we're going to be going more deep into specific clothings for each of these methods as the slide continues. The other 2 distinctions of business attire is business formal and small business casual. Business formal is an upgrade from your normal day-to-day professional outfits. This is dressing evening events, award ceremonies. This is what calls for a business formal dress. Men wear a dark colored suit over a dress shirt with silk tie. So think of like your really dressy events. Small business casual is almost the complete opposite of that. So we don't mean like sloppy stained clothing, but more like well-tailored jeans, khaki pants, button-down shirts, and casual blouses. Essentially, the minimalistic but still professional. So these are like the opposite spectrums of that. But again, you're mainly going to be focusing between business casual, business professional, because most employers don't request you to wear business formal every single day. It's mainly that business casual, business professional. So for men, 3 different tips and tricks that we have is with dress shirts. We want to emphasize that these can be worn with or without blazers. Remember to button the collar. Pants, light and dark tones that will match the rest of your outfit. This word of advice is what will continue throughout this presentation. Light and dark tones that will match the rest of your outfit. And lastly, necktie and bow tie. These have been symbols of honor and order since medieval France, and now they're utilized in many professional outfits. If you're still unaware of how to dress professionally or how to do a tie or bow tie yet, AI Deca last year has a great video of Mr. Brunel and Mr. Monroe modeling how to tie a bow tie and tie respectfully. So we recommend watching that if you want to enhance your skills on that. Okay, moving into men business professional. Again, referenced earlier, a full suit with matching jackets and pants, press collared shirts, dark leather dress shoes, and dark dress socks. Bottom, and a tip is the bottom of your tie should barely cover your entire belt buckle. A tie should never be too long or too short. Light briefcase or portfolio case if it matches, and a 3-piece suit is acceptable for an interview, but a suit with mismatched pants and jacket is not recommended. Men, business casual. Here also there's images on the screen to help you with this. Is a pressed collared long sleeve shirt and tie, dress slacks, socks, belt. Shirts should be tucked in. Jeans are unacceptable unless it's small business formal, but here in business casual, jeans are unacceptable. Closed-toed shoes, avoid wearing printed shirts. You don't want anything too ostentatious that other people will be focusing on and takes away from the professionalism. And something we like to emphasize is it never hurts to ask your supervisor. If anything, your supervisor would want that over you showing up and not matching what everyone else is wearing. Additionally, it's a great way to show initiative and to show that you really care about the atmosphere, which is something everyone else appreciates. Okay, so moving into women, some tips and tricks we have is shoes is an important factor to consider because there's so many. Heels and flats are the most common. We don't recommend wedges. Again, they're pretty ostentatious and they can be clunky, which might distract from professionalism. And you do not want to wear a heel over 2.5 inches because of the it might be too ostentatious. Pants and skirts, light and dark tones that will match the rest of your outfit as usual. Shirts can always be at or below the knee, and pants should be calf to ankle length. Jewelry and accessories. This includes makeup. So minimal accessories can embellish your professional attire. Be sure not to add too many pieces in order to achieve a simple look. Same with makeup. Again, you don't want anything that distracts from the professional atmosphere. Nothing too ostentatious. Keep it minimal, simple daytime look. So women and business professional, some examples include black skirt, pantsuit, other neutral colors, dark gray, navy brown, as long as the top and bottom are matching. Skirt suits are recommended because they're a great way to just look put together, even though all that's really there is just the fact that it's a matching set. Again, skirts should be at or below the knee, press collared button down shirts, the same shoe rule of no platforms or less than 2.5-inch heels. Makeup minimal and conservative. Nothing too ostentatious with your nail polish, and we do want y'all smelling but nice, but not like overly excessive perfume or body spray, because no one really wants that in a professional atmosphere because it distracts from the professionalism again. Keep hair and jewelry simple, like studs for earrings. Women in business casual, we're looking more dress pants, dress skirt, professional dresses, fitted belt, blouses, sweaters, cardigan, the shoe rule, and avoid blingy, shiny, lace fabrics, sequins, shorts, tight skirts, low cut, sleeveless blouse dresses, large jewelry, bulky purses, sandals, and wedges. So there's a lot more options of fashion when that we'd like to say you should avoid because of the professional atmosphere. Again, never hurts to ask your supervisor if you're ever confused. A lot of businesses will throw out these words like business casual, business professional, and they expect you to know what they mean, which is what this seminar is hoping to help with. But at the same time, sometimes they don't even they're not as specific as they could be when they say those words. So even if they say business casual, they actually might mean business professional. So by asking your advisor, it's always a great way to ensure that you're always doing what's correct. Here's a great mood board to bounce off of that I put on here in case you want ideas for like the basics, finished looks. What exactly do I mean when I say like pressed collar or skirts that are at or below the knee? Helpful guidelines to follow overall. These are all great professional clothes. A third factor that we're going to consider is the meaning of color in business. We went over how it's very important to others perceiving you, and color is a huge aspect of that. So the colors you wear in a professional setting and interviews can affect your mood, energy, and how others perceive you. And you want to wear colors that portray positive perceptions and exude confidence, sincerity, and reliability. So it's kind of like a mind hack in between that not only are you dressing professionally, but you're also choosing these colors that influence everyone on a subconscious level, which in turn will give you even more confidence that you know what you're doing. So some main ones include like red, which is more action oriented, green with growth, blue inspires confidence, success, and trust. With navy, studies have shown it is the color most likely to get the job for like work or interviews. Gold is wealth, prosperity, luxury, and black could be classic and so sophisticated, but there's also too much black could be seen as depressing, like funeral attire, serious or intimidating, and that's maybe not the right impression you want when you're going in for a job interview. Versus like if you're leading a meeting for the first time. As you can see here, DECA's colors of choice are like blue, navy, gold, and you could see why DECA chose them because they inspire confidence, they show prosperity. So moving on, we could see pink is compassion, understanding, and warmth. Brown is practical and reliable, but at the same time, it can be perceived as dull, which can either work for or against your favor, depending on what you want to go for. Purple is inventive, creative, intuitive. Dark purple, since medieval times, has been a symbol of royalty, and we can see that when it projects authority and is known as an elegant color. White is clean, pure, innocent, simple. It's a communicator color. But you also have to be thinking of what place you're wearing these colors to. For example, at a luncheon, and if you don't really want to wear white because if you spill something on you, you don't want to be unprofessional and have your dress stained. So you have to think about all these different factors when deciding what to wear. So we've highlighted the importance of dressing smart different ways that you can using psychology tricks like color. So now that you know the importance, we understand that not only is it a necessity to dress professional, but it is also very expensive. So here are just some 6 different tips that I put together that could help versus like borrowing from a friend or a family. There's nothing wrong with secondhand attire. It's perfectly acceptable, especially if we're thinking like job interviews, because you only have that impression once, as we emphasized in the beginning. So, having communal closets is a great way to save money. Next is thrifting. There are many, many people at Alliance that use good places like Goodwill as their primary method of getting dressed for success clothes, and it's worked extremely successfully for them. So, you'll find a wide array of clothes there and it's at affordable prices. The next 2 tips kind of go hand in hand together, quality versus quantity. So few staple items of professional clothes last longer and have a higher value over loosely worn clothing attire, which is why it's important for our 4th tip, which is mixing and matching. So various dress pants, skirts, collared shirts, and blazers can be worn as long as the pieces complement each other, which is the main aspect of it. So this is why like matching sets are great because it not only matches together but also with other outfits. But we just need to emphasize, we're just emphasizing the fact that if it's like light tones, they have to go together, dark tones have to go together, as long as it looks cohesive. Selling old clothes is a great way to offset the cost when purchasing new professional wear. So clothes that don't fit you anymore or maybe not fit the professional style you're going for. And just as the air of caution, we say stay away from shopping online because sizes can depend varying on which online store you choose, unless you're really comfortable with that online store. And this also dramatically raises the chance of purchasing an item that won't fit you or you won't like because you haven't seen it in person versus secondhand stores like Goodwill, which you're not only getting like a lower price for, but you also see it firsthand with your own eyes. So thank you guys so much for coming to or watching the Dress for Success seminar. We hope we had a lot of AI Deca hopes that we gave a lot of important tips and tricks for y'all. So scan this QR code. We just want to hear your feedback, things like that. And overall, we just hope we got the message across of why dressing for success is important in different ways you can do that and why Alliance emphasizes it so much. Again, I'm Nishta Reddy, your DECA president. I would gladly answer any questions you have, whether it's just for success or related to anything else. I know right now we're in the midst of manual season, so good luck everyone on that note. Or if you're preparing for your role play, which is soon at regionals, good luck with that. This is on the Alliance DECA YouTube channel. You can scroll through our videos that we've uploaded for other great resources if you're looking for competition help or just in general getting to know the officers better. Our main method of communication is Remind. So again, please text back through there. I try to answer as soon as possible. And lastly, follow Alliance Academy DECA on Instagram.